You guys are late. Where you been? We're gonna move 36 out of the way. We gotta get this roadster body down. See if we can figure out this lift. I haven't used it in a while. She's been up here for a couple years. I've been stacking parts inside, so I don't even know what's in there really. Hopefully we got enough room. We'll slide her right through here and get her over there by the frame. We're going to have to move that. Let's push that up out of the way. Yeah, we got some goodies in there. First thing I gotta do is go through the inventory here inside. There's the tail light buckets I'm gonna use. It's cool, glad I had those. Didn't even know they were in there. There's the dash rail. Panel, catwalk. Good, I can use that. I got another car we can use that on. Forgot I had that. We hit so many swap meets and we're always at a swap meet and this, or out picking a friend or something like that. So we're always bringing home a load of stuff and I always tend to forget. It's kind of the way it is with most guys. You end up buying 3 or 4 of the same item and you rat hole it. I snagged this super clean rear original panel that had been cut. Somebody cut the end of it off right there for whatever reason. But it is nice and clean and straight. And I can reuse that. So that may find its way on here. Actually, I may just end up using this bottom lower panel on there because that one's got a piece of galvanized steel on it. Here's the windshield frame I got. Check that sucker out. Super chopped, man. That's gonna be awesome. I got that at Hershey a couple years ago, and I liked the height of it. I thought, that'll work. I'll grab that and put that on the Roadster. And there's the little bitty, little bitty stanchions, tiny little suckers. They've already been cut down. I don't know really anything about them, but they got a killer. Look, they got a cool A right in the middle. And they're glass. I don't know if they'll make it on this car, but they're European. Says I don't know, outta or something like that. Outta. That's Oklahoma. So anyway, those are kind of cool, but I'm not sure if I'll use those. I may use the bulbs if they're any good, because they have a replaceable bulb inside, so this is just a lens. We'll see. This was a rumble lid car. It's got the deals there in the latch. I don't think we're going to make a rumble car out of this. We're going to switch it over to the regular old deck lid with a trunk. So, good thing is there's some rust in this floor pan. Let's look at it. There's some pretty good rust in here in this pan, but that's where the old rumble seat mounted to. It would have mounted back in here. Once that came up, that'd be your stop, and then it would have mounted into this deal. So that whole thing right there will come out. And it looks like maybe one cross brace there on the subframe, and then we can set that thing down on the chassis. I'm going to end up trimming that inner lip of that subframe, but all that will come out, and that's pretty, boy, that's really flaky right there. I know when I got it, I bet it had that much trash in it. Somebody had thrown some plastic stuff in there, and that stuff, the heat just decimated that plastic, and it was just like snowflakes. So that's probably what kept all that moisture in there. But we'll yank that sucker out, replace that, and get the deck lid hinges on here, and put another piece down here for the latch, like that. So the blocks, that's cool. Got those. That's what you have to have to mount that body stock frame. Here's the windshield uprights, aftermarket ones, but look like they're in pretty good shape. Nice. Might have to send them off for chrome. Mount on there. And a cool side mount antenna. That's rad. 50 style. Mount it up there and lay it back. Oh yeah. Or right back here and lay it back. Oh yeah. Here's okay, that's going to be for the front seat. Yeah, that's for the front seat. That's what your toes hit when you're on the rumble seat. Not really going to use that, but we'll hang on to it anyway. It's a brand new one, looks like. I bought this from a guy down in Florida, I think. And he told me it was for a 3031 Roadster. And I bought it from him. And apparently it doesn't fit that. So, let's see, how wide is it? It's a little short. It's not too bad. Let's see. It's pretty close. It might. We're going to end up cutting out this seat pan anyway, because once I get that top down here, I'm going to have to sit pretty low in here. I actually might use this as a seat bottom and just make a seat back. Have it fucking good shaped. There's the piece that goes around the back there. It goes right in there. It's your, what do you call it, panel? Like that. Package tray. Oh, another piece. I'm not sure what car that fits, but that's your header panel up there for your top. That might be for a later model, because I know these don't have that on the frame. We got a little bit of trash to vacuum out, but other than that, it's looking pretty darn good. Old body. The floor panels in there really didn't do very good, but the sub rails they still have primer on them. 2 colors of primer. They got the red oxide color in there, and they have the gray on them, so they're barely rusty at all. Look at the inside here. I'll show you guys a little closer. Yeah, see, there's some pretty good rot right in there. Oh yeah, it's really flaky. And that's really flaky, like corn flakes. So, but that panel right there will come out. Let's go up here to the floors. You can see there's a bunch of that plastic that was left in there. And then that one's all rusty there, but that one's screwed in. This one will have to cut out, and this one will have to cut out. It's got the little rivets in there holding it on the sub rails. So overall, though, pretty nice shape. Looks like it's got a little bit of work down in here, but not terrible. And somebody did some pop riveting on some. I guess they were trying to brace that up a little better. But that's pretty janky. Those will probably come out and get replaced. I'll make some new ones or something. But the bottoms look pretty good. See, there's these patch panels on here, but there's hardly any rust up in there. I don't know if you can see it very well, but See it over there where the patch panel's been zipped in, but there's no rust up there. So like I tell everybody that's doing patch panels, if you've got rust here, you don't need that much patch panel. You need that much patch panel, like that. So we'll end up drilling those out. We'll keep that panel, we'll clean it up, and probably use it as a patch because I know there's rust back there. There's got to be. Otherwise they wouldn't have put that on there. But I'll keep that as a patch panel for that. But no way ever would I put Taiwan full patch panel on old Henry steel like this, or any old car really, Chevrolet trucks or whatever. Just use what you need. You don't need to come up here and cut all that out. And the easiest way to do that is just clamp that thing there, take your cutoff wheel, run it right down through there like that. Then you have a perfect line for that and your original panel to mate up, and it's perfect. And then you pull that off there and it's done. Gas tank looks like it's in pretty decent shape. We're going to gut it because we're going to put a gas tank in the back, and so we won't have none of that. But that's I'm pretty happy with this old car. I got a pretty good deal on it. Not too bad. I mean, I didn't overpay, but I didn't like score majorly. But it's a pretty decent old car. You can see where that's pushed in a little bit right in there. So we'll just get inside there. And that needs that's got a riveted patch panel on it. We'll end up fixing that up. We'll probably take that one off first and then see what's going on under there, and if that's good enough to use, I'll just trim and weld that back in where we need it at. This piece has got it's pretty standard for the 70s for guys to do air conditioning, and they would have your tin shop that did air conditioning ducts make stuff like this, but you can see it's pretty off. So it's rotted in there, I'm sure. That'll come off. That probably just replace that whole piece because I've got that good one. Couple of holes to fix. No big deal. The bottom back down there looks pretty good. Bead lines look good. A couple little boo-boos up in there. I'll get my handles filled in. That's where the rumble handles were. Most people don't know, but there's 4 holes here in the back. And that one's got one filled in, or it's missing or something. Anyway, that was rubber bumpers for when your top folded down, your back glass set right on those. So you had your window frame of your back window set right on those bumpers so it didn't rub on your panel. So we'll have to keep those, but we'll eliminate the handles here on the side, the handle holes. Oh, they probably, yeah, that one's filled in too, so they probably got that fiberglass. Where was that? Something right in there. One right in there. So we'll only have to fill one on this side. And there's the old nasty fiberglass. I don't know why guys use that. Stuff ain't no good. Anyway, let's we'll get it moved over here get it moved around, and probably get it back there behind the chassis, and then we'll commence to cutting out the floor so we can set her down on there and see how it goes. I can see right now that we're going to have to make a bracket to mount the body back there, because this is your original mount right here, lined up with the chicken foot. That would have been lined up with your axle here on that original cross member. So that would have been right out here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to raise it up, put one here probably. So we'll come up here and then come over, probably connect it between these two pieces. Make it work. Give us a good mounting point back there. It'll be nice and solid. So keep going. All right, I got the flapper disc set to kill, and then we're fixing to knock out some of these rivets, and some of these are screws, flathead screws to nuts. So we're going to try to get some of these knocked out of here. I think a lot of them will probably unscrew. There's this little rear panel has a bunch of little tiny screws holding it in. Try it again. 3 more. This thing's coming out here, I think. Yeah. Get that sucker out of there. Oh, crap. Whoa. Get it off the jack stands. Do like Mike does and go caveman on it. Okay. I think that stuff is going to go everywhere anyway. Maybe not. Good deal. That piece out, look how bad it was. It was nasty. There though. Shoot. I like that. We'll see it. It doesn't look bad at all. Look over there. It looks nice in there. This fixing to work. Let's see. One left in there. That piece out. Yep. That's looking pretty good. Those rear body mounts there that go on top of the cross member are always cracked, and that one's cracked. But it's got an extra piece on top of it, but it's cracked right next to the side of it. This bull butter is taking way too long, so we're gonna fix that. We're gonna take some of these out because some of these are just rivets. Like that right there. This whole seat pan's coming out. This is your toes would, if you were sitting in the back there, your toes would have come up to here. Your seat back would have came up here. Seat bottom would have came back to right in there. So we're eliminating all this because with that chopped top, I'm going to need to get that seat just about as low as I can get it, and that ain't going to cut it. There's that one. Is overall in pretty solid shape, which is pretty remarkable, or as old as it is anyway. Probably should just get my impact and lay underneath there and back them all out. Probably the easiest actually. Be fun if I took all these bolts out and this thing's still mounted in there. Those bolts didn't have nothing to do with it. That'd be funny. I think that hole, whatever size that little hole is, just barely big enough for that screw to go in. so gets a little bit of trash on it. And you don't want to move. There we go. That one, we got one more right there. Okay, there's that. There we go. What did that do? Oh yeah, there we go. Ah. So I've got 2 more screws. But let me tell you what they're gonna get. They're gonna get that. That's actually still in really good shape. That's what the bottom of this car looks like. It's still red primer underneath. All underneath it still looks just like that. That piece is actually really solid. It's just got a little surface rust on it. So we'll hang on to that one in case we need to. This is where we're going to trim it. We're going to trim this little lip right here, and we're going to trim probably leave a 1/4 inch in there. We'll just run it right down through there. Man, there's a bunch of trash in there. That's so thick and dirty, nasty. There goes all the trash out of there. I don't know if I can do this alone, but I think I might try to put that body on that chassis. I don't know if I can lift it up by myself. And I don't have any other way of getting it up on there. Good straight. I can do that. Yeah, I can. I'll roll that thing back. I'll lift this up and roll it back. Y'all watching? Yeah. It didn't roll so good. Crawl inside this, just walk it right down. Maybe. This is the sucky part about working with yourself, and that's it. Not having somebody that you, hey, grab that. She does. Oh, I was afraid that was going to do that. That's fixing to slide off on there. here. Oh man. Alright, I gotta roll it back here. And too far. So I am going to have to relieve that subframe for that spring. So I'll make just a little U-shaped piece probably to go in there for both sides. But that fit in there just right. Fit right around the frame rail. Still got to round those. Looks really good. What do you guys think? That looks pretty good though. Yeah, let's go up here. Okay, yeah. Got the front firewall feeder on the mount there. And that's not looking bad at all. Down there, so you can see we'll have to make the floor come up and over. So I didn't lose much floor space really, just about 4 or 5 inches flat, and that'll work pretty good. That'll give me enough space to mount my gas tank in here. I can mount it right on top of that. That's going to work perfect. Still got a lot left to do, guys. But that's pretty cool. I'm glad I got the body on there now. It's looking really nice. We'll have to get the motor set in there and get it all lined up, and then we're just going to keep moving forward. So no more floors in the Model A Roadster. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're just going to keep going forward and showing you guys everything we're going to do on this Roadster. But that's pretty darn low, considering the fender will be right there. It'll come right out, curve right down. Hopefully. Alright guys, like, share, and subscribe. See you later.